y'all. My name is Amy, and thank you very much for watching. Now, let's make bad financial decisions together. Also, sorry if you can hear my dogs. They are Great Pyrenees, and it is nighttime, so it is their time that they get to shine and bark. Um, we have a sheep farm, and we also have bears and coyotes, so they are doing their job, okay? So, AIPI. They just had their first distribution today. And um, I was trying to find news about, because it was declaration date today. And there was nothing on like Yahoo News. There was nothing, or like the finance news. I couldn't find any YouTube channels that were discussing it. There was, I didn't see anything on Reddit. I was just like, what is the distribution rate? And then because this is AIPI, this is their first one, and it's been a fun for nearly 2 months, but nobody knew exactly how much it was. So they didn't update this until after market close today. So I learned my lesson and I signed up for their emails. So hopefully next month on declaration date, I can choose which of these funds to put my money in. So I guess now that I'm talking about AIPI, let me tell you why it is a bad decision to invest in it right now. Why would it not be such a terrible idea? And if I am myself invested in it now, later, or intend to later, or just will never do it. So AIPI is a high income ETF that is making a play on AI in the semiconductor sector. And that's pretty much all you need to know about this. One of the biggest reasons why AIPI wouldn't be a good investment right now is because FEPI exists. FEPI is basically just doing big tech, large tech, and so it's more diversified, and if the distribution rate is not that dissimilar, FEPI is the obvious choice here. But to be fair, AIPI, this is literally the first distribution, and since AIPI has these companies that are the top holdings, they have a higher volatility than FEPI. So in theory, AIPI should consistently have better distributions than FEPI until everybody gets tired of AI and it crashes, and all of a sudden it was like, well, why don't you just stick with the big tech? So yeah, I just, it's just so new and there's nobody talking about it. The only videos I could find on YouTube were over a month old, so like it's very little hype. So I'm not sure how big AIPI is, because I feel like a lot of people are going to do what I'm doing, where it's like, well, 90% of my money is going to go into FEPI, and maybe 10% is going to go into AIPI, or wait until declaration date and just pick the one that has the higher distribution and do it like that. But you never know when, big tech is going to have a great month and AI not so much, or the other way around. So it's better in these newish funds to go with, if you're not going to go with the super duper high yields like with YieldMax, go with the ones that have better just diversification. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. So, I think the only reason not to invest in AIPI is basically because FEPI exists, and it was there first, and it has a proven record of, well, it's paying $1, and they have um, their target they're trying to get, and they've been really good at getting their target. And FEPI, if you look at Google Finance through the history, the NAV has been steady and increasing. So I personally invested in AIPI because I saw that the inception date was it was on June 4th, and I was doing it, and I was like, well, it has like nearly 2 months worth of covered calls, so of course it's going to be a higher distribution. So I figured, why not? I didn't know what the distribution was going to be, but I figured that it would have a relatively high, like, I don't know if this is going to be the highest distribution that it has forever, or if it's going to calm down, or if this is the lowest. Because, like, if you look at FEPI, it started at 115, and then it went up to 120, and then it also had 115, 109. So if this is indicative of what it's going to pay out, because the volatility is relatively higher, then yeah, go with it if you believe that, AIPI. But if I'm not doing extremely high yield, like, the reason why you would try to target the 25% yield instead of like the 100% yield of Nvidia is because this is FEPI's more diversified, and AIPI is actually, it's a concentrated sector, but you could argue that it's also diversified. So that's my opinion on it. I'm not angry at it by any stretch, because it was a better distribution, and I think slightly cheaper maybe than FEPI. And so I'm not going to sell my AIPI. And when I was away from my computer, I was like, no, I'm gonna build up my FEPI first, and then look at AIPI, which I think is also a legitimate way to do this. But who knows? Maybe I will. Well, I signed up for the newsletters. I'll probably wait until declaration date and just keep investing in the one with the better distribution. But yeah, that is. I don't know if that was even informative, but I like Brex shares so far, and I really am hopeful that AIPI picks up steam and that people wind up getting hyped about it. It might take a few months, 3 or 4 months of it having really good distributions before people start doing YouTube channel updates about it, because this could have been a fluke. But yeah, they're doing a better job than I know I'm gonna forget about it, but like QQY, the Defiance, sorry with a D, the Defiance funds, they cannot keep their NAV. But also, if you look at the chart today, it's like it was a red day all around. Everybody's in the red, so it's really not that fair to say like, oh, look at them, they're in the red. But like, you do that and you just compare the chart to, does FEPI finance? So like, see how they were like Okay. Okay. But you look at QQY and it's kind of like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Defiance ones, like, the total return is fine, but like every month you're losing money in the stock, and people, it opens up the entire argument. But FEPI has been like, they do the distribution so you can see where they, made the distribution, and it goes up and down, but like, you've made money, and you can, it's more reliable to be able to retrieve your money, or like for it to bounce back after the dividends. But anyway, I like Rook shares more than Defiance, is what I'm saying. And diversifying yourself both in shares and with different funds and fund managers is also a good thing. But this was purely for entertainment and all of that stuff. So please do not take my bad financial advice, and let me know. Do you like FEPI? Do you like AIPI? And how much are you going to put into this? So um, sorry about my barking dogs, but it's my life now. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.